Welcome to my devlog. This week I tried to start building the story mode for the game. My current goal is creating something like the very first level, which would also be something like a tutorial level. My idea about those levels will be probably explained in the next few weeks. For the very first starting area, I had some ideas. I intend to present those ideas in another video separately because a much different problem occurred while constructing the very first playable part. Besides realizing that I have to build a separate level interpreting script that restricts specific features depending on the progress, trying to build the first part, I realized how much time I would waste constructing many more needed modular level environment pieces. For the very first test run in the editor level, I created and updated those pieces many times. I made way more updates than I'd like to admit, and for each tiny change in style, all basic objects would have to get adapted manually. So I decided I need something that creates those modular environment pieces automatically. First, I was thinking of building those pieces without Unity. This would work, but I would not have a specific preview window in the building progress of the Unity editor. A script would pre-build all environment pieces at the very first frame, and I would have to hope to have placed those empty objects at according to the intended position with the intended orientation. So far, it was still an option in my thinking. However, I was also thinking that I wanted specific modifications of the regular pieces. Let's say I have a regular floor plate with 5 times 5 units. I would have to export this in Unity created game object somehow into Blender. To modify this floor base object with a hole in it, this would probably not be fun. So I was thinking, why not automatically generate those game objects within Blender automatically? I started learning Python for the Blender environment. So far, it was looking better than anticipated, but I did not manage to modify the UV positions of the textures. So I came up with a very different idea, which had also advantages. I decided to not longer care about the textures at the moment and make the game object look more planar. I was able to give created objects different materials, so I kept that going for me. Instead of using a texture with specific set UV positions, I decided to add more details to the plates. I did not want the test level to look so sterile in open places. By implementing different level of details objects of those plates, this approach looked interesting. So I quickly wrote a script that created me each regular combination different sized floor plates. However, debugging it took a lot of time. But finally, I now have a single script which I can modify anytime. I only have to run the script and it creates all regular sized modular game objects with the current specifics and automatically exports those as separate FBX files. It also considers different level of details for each game object. So, if I want to change something in the long run, I only have to rerun the script after the modification, and I will see the change on all specific game objects within Unity. I hope to manage one day to also implement textures with this building system, or implement specific Rust and Scratches shaders, so that the game objects also get a baked version, if this is manageable. But this is also only a part of my list with luxury problems right now. However, comparing both styles, I decided to build all regular modules like this, and that means the theme of the game is going to change once more. This will also take much more time at the beginning, but I assume a huge advantage in the long run in the level design procedure. Besides this huge topic for this week, I realized it would be an advantage if the player just runs over a specific button in order to activate a specific theme. So I started building a system for floor buttons. For the long run, I wanted to make those individual buildable. So here you can see my sketch of the positions of the vertices. A script will build this switch automatically. Thanks for watching.